So then in verse 9 he says, I will not execute the fierceness of my anger. He's saying, look, I'm not going to really do everything that my anger would warrant. I'm going to hold back a little bit here because I love you, because I raised you, because you're my son, because I taught you to walk, etc., etc. He says, I will not execute the fierceness of mine anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim. But here's a key thing. Don't miss this. I'm not going to return to destroy Ephraim, for I'm God and not man, the Holy One in the midst of thee, and I will not enter into the city. Meaning I'm not going to enter into the city to destroy it. Now, why does he say there, I'm not going to execute the fierceness of my anger. I'm not going to return to destroy Ephraim because I'm God and not man. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like man is going to execute the fierceness of his anger. And the reason God's not going to is because he's not man, he's God. And here's the thing about that is that, God is a merciful God. God's a loving God. God is slow to anger and of great mercy. God's the God of the second chance. But even God's patience ultimately runs out. We saw that earlier in the book of Hosea. Even God will ultimately say, my spirit will not always strive with man. I'm not just going to keep fighting with you guys. You know what I mean? Eventually, God will reject. He will give them over to the reprobate mind. He'll be done with people. He will cast them into hell for all eternity. And so what we have to understand is that even though God is very compassionate and loving and gracious, even he has a limit to that mercy. But let me tell you this, human beings have a lower threshold than God does. Like, who do you think is more merciful? People or God? I guarantee you that God is the most merciful, the most compassionate, the most loving, the most forgiving that you will ever deal with. And the people that you deal with on this earth are going to be less compassionate, less merciful, and less forgiving than God is, right? Now you have these people out there who claim to be more merciful than God. They claim to be more loving and compassionate. They're frauds. They're fake. They're lying. When they act like, I just love everybody. I'm just so compassionate. These people are obsessed with themselves and don't love anybody. They're fake frauds. Like the United Methodist Church where the pastor's a lesbian or something. Oh, we just love everybody. They don't love anybody. They love dung is all they love. And they're rotten, evil. They're not loving their neighbor as themselves. Love is the fulfilling of the law. If they loved their neighbor, they wouldn't be some weird, adulterous, murderous transvestite. That's not loving your neighbor.